And first, I will take the query of Shivangi Sharma. She's asking about the accession ID. So let me check this one. So as students are joining, meanwhile we will try to let me see if Shivangi is here in the session so that I can take her query. So Kaviraj, Imran, and Susana. So Shivangi is not here, but let me just check her accession ID so that I
In
can.
meantime, Dr. Gasala, shall we take questions from participants present here? Let's take the questions from them. After that, we can move on to the questions which are in the chat. If
Okay.
people didn't join, you can just answer them. They can watch the recording and get their answers. We also have
Yeah.
Anjali here. Anjali, I already posted in a form. Could you please address the same?
Okay.
Do you want me to
Okay.
share the form here?
Yeah. I need the query from there.
Okay, okay.
So I think someone had query. I think that's Anjali only. Like there is no like random forest and decision tree algorithm there in the script. So I am about to share that one. Maybe that is skipped. So I'm sharing you an updated script for machine learning analysis. So just go through it. It is the same one, just addition of decision tree and random forest. So hopefully you will get it. And this is AI genomics script P3, that is part 3, and for ML analysis. You can sort your this documents in hands-on manual folder according to date, and you will see that on November 27th, which one is shared. Let me check. Oh, yes. So do we have any query right now? Okay, so we have a question here. At what step did we classify healthy and diseased groups for the models? Okay. Okay, so in machine learning analysis, we are not actually classifying healthy and diseased samples, technically in the script itself, but we are just labeling our samples as healthy and diseased. So accordingly, let me share my screen also so that whatever, okay, the screen is shared. So we are not classifying the samples manually in the script, but the algorithm itself will classify the samples based on the column title that we are giving. Like if you are mentioning that these are healthy samples, first 5 columns are healthy samples, and next 5 columns are disease samples. So algorithm will itself learn the pattern from that, and then will give you important genes which are able to classify the expression between healthy samples and disease samples. So as we were partitioning or classifying the samples in DG analysis, like traditional algorithm that we were doing, so while performing DG analysis with lemma, so during design matrix, we were trying to mention that our top first 5 columns are healthy samples and then there are disease samples. But in machine learning, we are not doing that thing. Like we are not mentioning this to algorithm that we have this number healthy samples and disease samples. The algorithm itself will identify that which are the one group in your samples or the data that you are providing, and which is the other group. And based on that, it will try to identify the feature or the important genes in your data. So that is about the labels that you are providing in your input data. So based on the label, for all the samples you are providing as a healthy samples, it will consider that as one group, and all the columns with disease samples it will consider in another group, and then compare the significance of your genes or important features. Yeah, and regarding like random forest and decision tree model, so I guess random forest I already provided, but decision tree was not there in the script. In place of that, there was elastic net regression model in the script. But let me give you, as I have mentioned in the PPT, that you should use decision tree in the four PPT slides that you need to make. So I am adding that one also so that you can learn along with that, like in addition. Because if you are understanding decision tree, then only you will be understanding random forest. That's why I added decision tree, because that is most important before understanding random forest model. So that's why I added, and for that I have included the script in the this your drive, so you can get it from there now. So do we have any other query, or we have okay, Shivangi is not there right now. So do we have any other query from anyone? You can write in chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and let me know if you have any other query, like up to machine learning analysis and getting the models compared. Whatever the models you have prepared by now, have you already done the prediction with the model and compared those model, like performance of those models?
I think Shivani is present here.
Do we
Mr.
have?
Divakar,
Hi.
could you please, yes, please,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Hi.
please go
So
ahead.
I have this question that can I actually do the machine learning modeling in Python rather than in R? That's comfortable for me.
Yes, that's fine. You can do that.
All right
No
then.
problem. Like you will need to use different packages and libraries, like like there is different for R and machine and Python. So you can use different the packages which are based on Python programming, and you can do the same analysis.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And there is a question, Sus sorry, really sorry. There is a question from Susan asking whether this gene ID
So,
is
yeah,
okay.
let me check in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are looking for this ID. So let me share my screen so that you can also see how we check if the IDs are fine or not. So I am sharing, so maybe your screen sharing will stop.
And Susan, may I know you are from which group?
Susan, need to check that. Okay, so here is the ID
Okay.
that we are looking for right now for Susan, and from tumor and adjacent normal. Okay, for oral cancer. Okay, that's fine. So we have 12 samples, and yeah, you can go ahead with this accession ID. This is fine. The data set is looks fine. We have cell files, and platform. We have same platform that we are using in the script. So you can go and consider all the tumor and all the adjacent samples, because here you have only 6 samples for each group. So better to take all 6 rather than only 5 in each group. So yeah, go ahead with it. This looks good for a comparative study. And yeah, do we
Okay,
have
Susan, I
any?
remember you are someone on Earth in Telegram. Are you one whose name is someone on Earth? I'm not sure who is that. I just want to know. Okay, fine. So I remember as I requested you and Shivangi to collaborate for the mini project, right? Okay. Hope you both will be joining together for the project. Yeah. And also I want to know whether Mr. Divakar and Mr. Imran are from the same group. I remember you both are from the same group and whether you both are collaborating for the project.
Uh, Ma'am, I don't know, maybe
Okay.
because on telegrams
Mm-hmm. Mm.
we have
Yeah.
a lot of discussion, but
Okay.
maybe. So I
You
have
are,
a
yes, please.
yeah. Actually, I want to share my screen and because during my practice sessions, I was going well, but when I start my own mini project, I stuck. So I want to discuss with Dr. Ghazala. Maybe she can
Yeah,
help
sure.
me.
Sure. Please share your screen.
Yeah, I have stopped sharing, so you can share now.
Can I share the screen? Maybe I need a permission. Yeah.
You
Yes,
have
yes.
given
Please go ahead and
access
share.
has been given. Please try now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Ghazala, can you see this screen? Because
No, Imran. Sorry, we didn't see your
Oh,
screen. I
okay,
couldn't
wait.
see your screen. Maybe Dr. Gasala is
no,
Imran's
no,
screen.
it's not visible for me too. Could you
Okay,
please
yeah,
check
yeah, yeah.
like what is
It's
happening
not
there?
visible.
No, wait. Okay. Uh, Sorry, ma'am. Uh, Maybe you can take another questions. I can adjust my screen. Then I can come
Okay,
back.
okay, no problem. So, yeah.
Meantime, Murali Krishna and Mr. Divakar, Mr. Imran, I guess you all are from the same group, Genetic. May I know whether you're all working together or you're working individually? What is the actual thing going behind? Mr. Divakar, Mr. Murali, and Mr. Imran.
Um, Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Murali. You are in
Um,
group two, right?
yeah, I'm good with Imran. I'm
Okay.
currently yeah,
So you're working on your project, right?
yeah, ma'am, yeah.
Yeah. May I know whether rather your team members, Mr. Imran and Mr. Divakar, are also there in your group, if I'm not wrong.
I'm not gonna I didn't have connection contact with Diwakar,
Okay,
but
I
I'm
got it.
currently speaking with Imran. Uh,
Okay, you
uh,
and Imran are working,
yeah,
correct?
yeah. No,
Okay,
like exactly. If I have doubt, I reach out to Imran. Like I'm total basic, like starting our program, so I
okay,
need.
okay. Anyhow, you and Imran are in connection regarding
Yeah,
the project,
yeah,
right?
yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Murali. And Mr. Divakar, I could see you are in group two Genetech. May I know whether you are ready to collaborate with your group members or you're working individually? I cannot predict anything. Could you please clear me on this? Mr. Divakar, can you hear me? I just want to get confirmed whether you are in group two. I just want to get a confirmation whether group two going to present one presentation or we could expect two or three presentations. Just a small confirmation. Okay, I assume Mr. Divakar is not ready to answer me. It's okay. Let's see on the assessment how many presentation we are getting from this group. Meantime, Imran, I could see your screen. I hope Gasala too can see your
Yes,
screen.
yes, I can hear.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Ghazala, during the practice sessions, I was following your script, so it was okay. But
Mm-hmm.
now when I started my mini project,
Mm-hmm.
so I was stuck at this matrix. I mean, when I run the code, for example, this one at this step,
Okay.
so I don't understand what's the problem.
So, okay, can you please try executing it right now?
Okay, because yeah, I'm getting the error like.
Okay. Okay, so can you type there, like just right after bottom of it, like you can type head norm set.
Sorry.
Okay, you can type head, 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 so that we can see what is there in norm set. Bracket open and then use head, norm set, the variable which is there in your end column.
Like this.
Yeah, yeah. So run this one.
Okay. Object not founded.
Okay, so norm set is not there, like not readable by your script actually. So can you go like little above where you are declaring your variable norm set? Like this is which part of this is part two. Okay, go on the top, like where you are normalizing your expression.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. So this is norm set actually. So yeah. So can you run this one, this norm set only? Like, can you type after write.csv, can you type norm set and execute it?
Just
Yeah.
here, human.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Just execute this one, right?
Yes.
Still, say
It's
norm set
showing
not.
error.
Yeah.
So it means are you doing this like whole script you are doing in two parts like earlier you did some other day or previous day, or you are running in one go?
Ma'am, I think I
Maybe
did.
because variable is right now when you are running again the for the other part of the script your this variable which was saved, because that is only like temporary variable. So you need to store your variable in your file. For example, you have the data like norm set right now you have in your file, CSV file. Okay, so you can read your data now. So what you do is after norm set, add this symbol so
Okay.
that you can get your variable again, like whole table again. So after norm set, let me type this query here so that you can add it. I'm
Yeah,
adding in chat box so that you can just copy paste.
okay, ma'am. Actually, I did maybe in the 2 days, not in the single day, because
Yeah,
when
so
I
we
get.
need to actually read the CSV file, which is your expression file, expression set, where your data is stored, normalized data.
Yes.
So you can add as read.csv expression set post norm. CSV. Uh, just cross check your Okay, we have query. So cross-check your CSV file name from your script, and then add this, run this code. Uh, like again, saving your normalized expression data in your variable norm set, so that it can be used later on.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Have you shared this?
Yes,
Okay.
I have shared in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So I will proceed it again. It's fine.
Okay, so you will try this later?
Yes, ma'am, because let me try it. Meanwhile, you can take the
Okay,
some other
okay, that's fine.
time.
Yeah, once you store that, you can check the head or top few lines, like using the head function, you can check top few lines in your norm set variable that what is stored there now. And after that, once you get the table in your norm set, then you can execute that one. Okay. And so since your norm set is not stored right now in the like your normalized expression is not stored right now in your norm set variable, that's why it's showing that. Either you need to like execute your whole script, like again read the cell files and then perform the normalization. So that is one step where you will again get your normalized data in norm set variable. Else you can just read the normalized expression from your saved file. That's why we try to save files or have the data with us, so that again and again we don't need to read the cell files. Okay. So this is a good practice. Whenever you are generating any results, try to save it in a CSV file or any file format. Even in Excel you can save, so that right now the variable is not readable. So now you can just import your normalized expression using the file that you have already saved. You don't need to read the cell files again. Okay, so let me check the query. Okay, we have the query from Kaviraj. Okay, so I am not sure. So what you want, Kaviraj? Could you go through these accession IDs and mention? So your ID is not finalized, Kaviraj. I think I have already mentioned that you can use that one. Let me see. Like for your group, is the ID not yet finalized? Okay. So you want to see how to make groups for the samples that you have in your data set? Is that right? Okay, okay. Let me check. Just a minute. Anjali, I will come to your question also. Let me just share my screen and see what is the issue with Kaviraj project. So we can search your accession ID here wherever you are in Geo. Okay. So SNP added data for 45 liver metastasis is for colorectal. This should not be your project ID, I think. Kaviraj, can you share me one accession ID only, because I am not sure what type of ID you are sharing this one 200152778, and this does not looks like, can you see, is this the same ID that you are using right now for the project? GSE 152178, or which one you are using? I'm not sure from where you are getting these IDs. Okay, let me check. ID is finalized. Please share me one accession ID that is starting with GSE followed by numbers. So please share me the finalized ID so that I can open it here and see. Because right now what you have shared is 2, 3 IDs I can see, and I'm not sure on which you are working right now. So please share me the final one. Okay. I think for Kaviraj, I mentioned the ID accession GSE 49515. So why you are mentioning like this, like too many IDs here? This is not for one data set, right? Otherwise, there are different samples in one data set, and that starts with sample names, start with accession ID GSM, and data set accession ID is GSE. Okay, so for that, you need to share only one ID for your data set. So this one, I think we finalized GSE 49515, and this is from the patients with hepatocellular carcinoma, and we have samples here. So you need to make samples, like you can see here, there are normal samples in your data set. So I think there are 10 normal samples, that is healthy samples. So you can take 10 healthy samples, and then you can take, I think these 10, or this PBMC, so this carcinoma samples. So 10 samples are from carcinoma and 10 are healthy samples followed by the carcinoma samples. You need to leave the pancreatic cancer 3 samples and also gastric cancer samples. Okay, so these 3 samples you need to remove from your final folder where you are going to start your analysis. Okay, so skip the gastric cancer and pancreatic cancer samples. Just choose the healthy or the normal PBMC samples 10, and take 10 this carcinoma samples. Okay, so starting with SCC, you need to cross check your accession ID whenever you are renaming your samples or the cell files. Just cross check your ID and then mention normal or healthy, whatever you are adding with the file name, cell file name, you need to take. Okay, so be careful while renaming your samples, as I have already mentioned. Otherwise, you will miss on which sample you are using. Remove gastric cancer and pancreatic cancer. This should be your final accession ID. Let me just type it here again. Otherwise, we already had finalized in Telegram. So this is for Kaviraj and the group. Again, okay, so okay. So, let me see here. You want to know that how we make groups with this type of accession ID. That is like out of the course that we are discussing, but let's discuss as you have already shoot out, like shoot at your question. So here we have the cell files, as you can see here, like 2 types of files you have. chip file you have and also the cell files. So this you can use as a raw data. Otherwise, in some of the data sets, there are TXT files, okay, or sometimes Excel files are there. So it means those are the processed files already, if they are not providing cell files. So you can download this and get your samples. Now you can see here the samples are given. I think this is for liver metastasis samples from colorectal cancer. Okay, so LM for liver metastasis, and we have patient 1. So this is for pre-diagnosed of the, and this is I think pre-treatment or post-treatment. So what you need to see, like to understand what type of sample this is, it is like what does pre stands for here. You need to open your accession ID in your new tab. Okay, my screen is shared, so you can see that you can open your accession ID for the sample of this type, and also let's see one sample from post type, like what this sample stands actually. So here briefly you can see in your tabs that what type of samples these are. So here the detail is given: liver metastasis patient 1, pre-treatment with BX. Okay, so this is pre-treatment, no chemotherapy is given to the patient. Okay, so this sample is for the cancer patient, and post-treatment, this is post-treatment. Here the sample name was LMPT 76 and post, so patient 76 and post-treatment with BX. Okay, so BX is some type of with drug like abbreviation, they are using that for this drug, and chemotherapy treatment is provided to the patient. Okay, so like learning about your sample or sample type, but why are interested in learning about the sample type or what it is, what it actually means, because we need to later on rename our samples for our understanding or for better analysis when we are doing, not getting confused when after downloading our samples and when we are in between the analysis. For that, we try to rename our sample so that it will be easier to understand for us too, and also to those whom we are presenting our results. Okay, or even if you are publishing the paper, so you need to label your for example, in box plot, you see the patient ID or the sample name, whatever you are adding for your cell files, those sample IDs are shown in your box plot. You can rename that also by manually by adding the labels in your different labels in your box plot. But when you are giving your file name as better as possible, so that it will be easily understood by the whatever acronym or the abbreviation you are using, that will be easier for you too and for other people. Okay, so you can learn from about your sample, each sample here, by using the link that is given in your data set. Okay, so these are the hyperlink which are given and you can use to understand the detail of your samples. Other thing is you can use series matrix file, which we saw that we can download this, open in Excel, and see that for each sample what is the details given, maybe the patient age, gender, or sometimes their history about the disease also can be given in this series matrix file. So you can open that and also explore your files. So this type of samples you need to group, like you can see there are like very clear differentiation that some of the samples are pre-treated and some are post-treated. Okay, so you can group them like having one group of pre-treatment samples and having another group of post-treatment samples. Accordingly, you can go for analysis after that. So it does not matter if you have more samples in pre-treatment group but less samples in post-treatment group, unless you have enough samples in both the groups, you can go for analysis. Okay, so be sure that there should be more samples than like more than 5 to 8 samples or 10 samples at least in your any of the group which you are including in your data analysis for publication purpose. Okay, so that's what acceptable most of the time. Otherwise, they ask query that about the reviewers mostly ask that there are not enough number of samples you have considered in your analysis, so that your results are not that potential or not significant to publish, something like that. Maybe you will get this type of answers if you are using only less samples. So this way you can make groups for this type of expression IDs on, and learning about the sample type, that you can either learn from your this abbreviated name which is given here, and using the link you can further understand in the different links that are already given for each sample. Otherwise, open directly the series matrix file in Excel, and in column form there is all the information given for each samples. Based on the samples conditions, you can make groups. Okay, hope that is clear. Okay, so okay, so you can make that way. So this is clear, I guess. And let me just take one more accession ID so that you will see like what type of different kind of data set can be possible once you go for analysis. Okay, for this is KRAS mutated colorectal cancer. And we have this accession ID, this platform. So platform specific packages you need to download from Bioconductor. If in Bioconductor it is not present, you need to search for this keyword which is given for platform and search the package for this, like our package for this microarray platform, and you will get the package that you need to install rather than HGU133 that we are using. Okay, again here also you can see like it is clearly mentioned there that this is patient 1, and then pre-control sample is there, and then again for patient 1. So either you are interested in just pre-control versus what is the like response of the patient after 48 hours of control. So that type of, this will depend on your objective. If you are interested in comparison, like patient 1, how patient 1 is responding, then patient 2 is responding, so you can make a group of patient 1 with pre-control, then patient 2 pre-control, then patient 3 pre-control, like that. Okay, it is given like that. Then the second group you can make with patient 1 with 48 hours control, and then patient 2 48 hours control. Okay, so this one, patient 2 48 hours control. So this way you can make them in one group. Okay, and based on that you can make different groups and compare the like performance or the reaction of the patient, how it is working with the like in different type of groups or the conditions that each patient is having at particular point. Okay, so and learning about your samples need to go to the link or the series matrix based on that. So it totally depends on your objective. Either you are interested in patient wise comparison, either you are interested in like disease state comparison. So that will like further help you to make the groups accordingly. Okay, so like there is a clear mentioned, the state of the disease is clearly mentioned here, that either it is from control or either it is like in the patient is under observation and they are observing. You can see like after 8 days they are observing, after 48 hours, after 15 days. So it seems like there are few patients, like 8 patients are there in total, and they have been kept in under observation, that how certain medication is responding in these patients, like whatever patients are there for colorectal cancer, with whom they have, so they have been given treatment in KRAS mutated genes which are identified in all these patients, and they have been kept under observation. So you can also like use this, seems an interesting study, and you can use this type of samples as well to make the groups. Okay, so hope that is clear, and let me see another question. Yeah, I will be available on Telegram and I will be there. Yeah, so I apologize that I was not like frequently available on Telegram like yesterday, but I will be there because you all need to complete your projects, and that is very important for you all, so that you will be having complete hands-on experience, whatever you have learned in the whole course. And you should know after, even after the completion of the course, like we have already done, but once we are like already completed the course and we are not like I am not there for you to help, you can before that you should all learn whatever you have learned, and you have to perform complete end-to-end analysis, so that I will also be satisfied that whatever I have taught, it is useful for you and in your future. So yeah, I will be available. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Gasana. Dear friends, is there any other questions need to be clarified? Kindly give thumbs up if you are clear with today's session, today's doubt has been clarified. If so, kindly fill the feedback form and give your suggestions. Today's attendance is also important, so please fill out the feedback form for the same. I assume there is no question, and thank you, Dr. Gasala, for staying with us today.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
So
Mr. Murari?
Ma'am, good evening. Like, I wanted to ask,
Yeah,
is it mandatory that the mini project should be perfect?
could you please come again?
Is it mandatory that
Mhm.
mini project should be like perfect? The answer should be
No, no, no. It's not. It should not be perfect, but still, we want you to do with your analysis part. As mentioned already, final outcome is not mandatory. Like we're not expecting the final outcome. Only the process, what you have done, matters. Hope Gasala, is that okay?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
But they need to
because
Please.
in the PPT, you mean?
No, I'm
ma'am,
asking on the whole, like for a mini project, we already mentioned from organizers' side, like final outcome is not mandatory. We focus only on the project progress. That is what we already mentioned. I'm asking whether that is okay for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yes, Murali,
because
please don't urge yourself in bringing the outcome. Please try to proceed with the scripts. Try to come out with your analysis. If you cannot give your final outcome, it's absolutely fine. No issues.
yeah, because just now I'm starting learning programming itself. That's why I'm a little bit
Okay,
lag.
okay. And I agree, I understand. Since you're a beginner, it's quite hard for you to go in the flow. But you can ask your team members. I guess Imran is in your group who already has some knowledge on programming. Please collaborate with your group members. This is the reason which I have made the group for you to every group has an intermediate, beginner as well as an expert. Okay, please collaborate with your group members and study from them as well. Okay. It's not only you going to contribute to the project, you also have other team members so that you can learn from them. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, want only one presentation from each group. Please don't make it as different presentations. That will not align our rules. Please make one presentation from each. This is a kind request to all the other groups as well. Please don't come up with different presentation from the single group. Kindly focus on your project. If you focus on your ideas individually, no issues, but still on the assessment day, we are expecting only one presentation from each group. And also, I'm repeatedly saying only one representative will be allowed to present your project. Hope this is clear, I guess. Yes, Mr. Devakar?
Miss Ghazal, hello.
Yes,
If you look at the chat box, I
yes,
have pasted the annotated DEG file,
yes.
but somehow the probe IDs which I'm getting is sort of modified. Let's say gene 7530, gene 178, something like that.
Okay. So, actually, the data that you have pasted here is not like clearly shown in the tabular format. So could you please
Yeah,
share me the screenshot of your
just a
table?
moment. Just a moment.
Regarding
Hmm.
present, yes, Diwakar. Before
Just
you
a moment.
sharing, I just want to clear Anjali. Anjali, on the assessment is on 30th. It will be by 6 p.m., right? So we request you to submit your this thing like presentation by 5 p.m. IST. Okay, 1 hour before the session, if you present it in the drive which we going to share with you, it will be fine for us to analyze and also to get a confirmation which all groups going to present your work. So mostly before an hour, we will request you to submit your presentations. After
I
that
have,
also you can do modification, but for just to analyze who are all going to present, we will be requesting you to present submit your presentation before an hour. And also in the presentation slides, please mention only the names of the active members of the group. It's not required to write all the names who are in the group. Just mention only the names of the active presenters who contributed to the project.
Yeah, okay.
I
And one
think
more
that's
thing.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to mention that here, can you see my screen? Like here is the script that I shared already, which is part 3 machine learning analysis with the ending with AN. So I am removing this script because I have uploaded the here updated script, which is ML analysis complete.r. So you can go through this one and run the whole script. This is working totally fine for you, and all the random forest and decision tree algorithm is also included. So Anjali, don't get confused with the like where is the earlier script. Here the updated script has all the like algorithms which we added for the model development, so you all can use now. And also, if you have any confusion, because you mentioned that you are still stuck in more like machine learning analysis, so you can mention here whatever if you have any query, and I will try to answer you here. If not, then you can like drop there in Telegram channel. I will go through it. So this is your final script. Let me just remove this so that you will not get confused that why there is two scripts given for ML analysis. Okay, so that's it. If anyone has to share the screen for any query, then you can share. Yeah, Divakar had something to share. A screenshot or a
yeah,
screen you can share.
yeah, just a moment. So let me, yes. So replace current share. Okay. Hmm. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So yeah, I have like did the annotation part,
Yeah.
and somehow I'm getting sort of like these sort of results.
But where is your this probe IDs? Because that should be there in your this final file, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why I'm not getting
Can
it.
you
Just
open your post-normalized data, like
yeah,
the normalization that we performed already?
yeah, this one.
Okay, yeah. So this one and the annotated post-normalized data.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Maybe I
perform
missed that one.
annotation on this file also.
Okay, okay. So I have to annotate this file also, and then I have to do the DG analysis on the annotated post-normalized file.
Yeah, like this file also we are trying to annotate, because if we are annotating the normalized expression set, then you will get the heat map file from this file. You will need this file, the annotated normalized data, to
Okay.
generate the heat map. Okay, so first you also need to annotate this. If you are getting any like gene IDs like that, gene 1, gene 2, as you have shown right now, if
Mhm.
still you are getting that, so let me know. Okay, because
Okay.
that should not happen if your platform ID is same for your data set. So that should not happen, but if it still persists, so let me know. Okay, I will check your data or the data set.
All right, I will do that. Thank you.
Okay, so first try to annotate this one. And we have any other query from Imran?
Also, I have a sort of how you say that, a suggestion. Like, is it possible to postpone the submission date or something rather than by 30th? Because after machine learning, we also have to do the string database and cytoscape part.
For presentation, PPT, you don't need to do that one actually.
Okay.
That you can do later after, like when you are doing the practice, or you can go through the recording session and you can do those things. Okay, but for all to run the script successfully, for that part only, you all need to make the presentation.
Okay. So just by the script, we have to follow up and then we make a
Yes,
PPT with
because
the.
yes, other tools are just web-based, so that will be easy for you all to perform the analysis there.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Welcome. So do we have any other query?
Thank you,
And
Dr. Gasa.
yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
No, I was just mentioning whoever is having any issue in your tabular data. Okay, so share your tabular data in a screenshot form. There it will be like I can properly see the columns and the rows. Okay, because in text form it is not clearly visible, like what are the columns you have and the rows you have. That's just one suggestion for all of you, whoever will be having query in next 2 days. So yeah, Bhavani, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Gisela,
Yes,
am I audible?
yes,
Yeah.
clearly audible.
Yeah. So I have a doubt is like using our script, we are finding the differential expression genes, and
Yes,
then using the ML model building also, we will finally come up with the genes of importance.
yes.
So should those two match? Is you know
No, some of the genes, when you will compare, like have the column of final genes from your this bioinformatics traditional pipeline, and then machine learning, you have both the gene list in two different columns, and you will get some of the common genes between both two lists, and that those common genes will be taken forward for gene annotation or enrichment analysis that we did with web-based tools.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Why?
all
Yeah, why I'm asking, because I got very few, one or two genes only, which is common in both the methods. And so to proceed for the next annotation, function annotation process, so I have only one of two genes. So that's why I asked. So should
no,
we go?
like from bioinformatics analysis, how many genes you got, like as differentially expressed?
Using R script?
Yes.
So that was 28.
Yeah, so that's too less. That's why I mentioned at least you should have 50 to 100, like keep that range. So that, because right after that step you need to take something common, right? You are just not getting those 26. If you are only doing one pipeline, then you can take only those 26 and go for gene enrichment analysis. But if you are still have one step to process, and then you have to find some common genes, right? So you need to take more genes as differentially expressed genes. So keep that range in between 50 to 100, so that you will be having at least 20 to 25, or like 10 to 20 genes, at least common genes from both the methods. So for that,
Okay.
you need to adjust your log fold change values.
Okay.
Yeah,
Log fold change values right now, I have marked it as 1.
okay.
And p-value is 0.05. So you
Mhm.
need to decrease it more, like fold change less than
Yes, you
1.
can make it, I guess you can make it 0.5 or even some of the studies are published at log fold change value 0.2, 0.1. Okay, so that is not a problem, but you need to
But
have enough number of genes in your data.
but won't it pick false positives or kind of thing like that?
Yes, but still, if we are adjusting those genes and out of those lists, we will take top five, because sometimes the gene expressions are too low that they are not able to be captured. Okay, maybe they are expressed more, but the like hybridized platform that microarray is using, the gene expression is not captured that much. That's why the expression is showing that less here. Okay, so even if it is 0.5, half times more expressed in other samples, it means it has some significance.
Okay, so
And again, we like these whatever like results we are obtaining from in silico analysis, they need to be further confirmed in vitro environment. Then only that will be like confirmed and processed further for on human experiments on like in real time humans.
okay, so another doubt is like for the model building, machine learning model. So you
Yes.
took like 100 genes.
Yes.
So to get a kind of good results, should we take 100 or more than that?
No, we need to take all the genes that are there in our data, or even if you are not taking all the genes, you need to take significant genes which are have you are having the final table that you are having at the end. Filter those genes based on p-value less than 0.05. Only those genes which are having the expression less than like p-value less than 0.05, for those genes map those genes to your normalized expression file and take those genes and their corresponding expression for machine learning analysis. Okay,
Okay.
you can also go with all the genes like 22 to 22,000, but it will take more time for you to analyze. You can do that, use GPU or TPU, whatever is available, or the workstation. But just for your ease, I mentioned that you can use like significant genes only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you mean is like the final DEG should be like greater than 50 or
Yes, yes, at least more than 50 you should take.
okay. So we should adjust the p-value and no, the fold change
Yes,
accordingly in
yes,
GO2R also and the script also.
yes, yes,
And for the ML model, you go for the complete list of the genes.
yes. Go for complete list. Yeah, but again, check like just for the presentation, you can take top 100 or top 200 genes, but like later on, you can go with all the genes and perform the analysis. No matter how much time your script is taking, you can perform the analysis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So yes, Anjali, you can take 40 genes for heat map. Maybe it will take some time to generate based on your computational capability, but you can take that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are taking 40 genes for plotting heat map, it means you are finalizing those genes for DEG, like final DEGs, right? So yeah, that's fine. But as I mentioned that you try to take more than 50, like at least 50. But if with 40 DEGs you are getting common genes with both the approaches, like machine learning and this approach, you can go ahead, because machine learning we are just trying, like right now in presentation you don't need to identify the common genes, because we are working with less set of genes for completing our analysis faster. when you will do the real analysis with the more data, like more samples and also the more genes in your data. For machine learning, you will be using all the 22,000 genes, right? So you will getting more important genes in your list, like your list will be longer for more important genes. There, with even 40 DEGs, you will get a significant number of common genes. So that is totally fine. Just to perform your ML analysis faster, I mentioned that you can take less, like top 100 or 200 genes. Yeah, so that you can perform. So you can make the plot. That's fine as of now. Yeah, so do we have any other query from anyone? We already have only 8 students here. So I guess we are done with it.
Yes, we assume there is no questions because the session is silent for a while. Maybe, dear friends, you can post your questions in the Telegram discussion forum. As Dr. Gasala already mentioned, she will be available for us for next 2 days. So please
Yeah.
make use of
So I think Anshli is asking if we could submit and the files on 30th.
yeah,
Is it?
I told her like we will be requesting you to post your PPT in the drive before an hour. Okay, because session starts by 6, but we want the PPTs to be made ready by 5
Mhm.
p.m. IST so that we
Yes.
can come to a conclusion who are all going to present. That will make a organized flow. That is the reason.
Yes, yes,
Even
that's
though you,
fine.
after posting also you can do some minor changes if you need. It's not that you should only present what you have shared with me. After that also you can make some changes. No issues in that. But we want each team to uh, give us the presentation before and half. Yes, Mr. Dibakar?
No, nothing.
Okay, fine. Okay. So let's wind up for today. Thank you all for joining us today. Abdul, is there anything you want to ask? Mr. Abdul?
I think everything is going fine with Abdul's team.
Yes,
So
Abdul
hopefully we will
actually
get some
is,
good presentation.
yeah. Mr. Abdul, do you want anything to be clarified?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Yes, madam. Actually, everything is going well. As far as ML is concerned, there was some discrepancy in my theories. That was I was trying to understand multiple things. But up till now, I have performed multiple things according to the instructor's guideline. I have shared almost all types of data and files in my group. Hopefully, we will make presentation in time.
Okay, that sounds great. Go ahead. All the best, everyone.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to all the other team. Eventually, do you have anything? You have been unmuting, what? Anything to be said? Okay. So let's wind up for today. So as I already mentioned, the assessment session is on 30th. Please work on your progress. Don't focus only on the final outcome. We just want you to learn the pipeline of AI-driven genomic analysis, not the outcome. So please focus on your scripts. Please give us a better project. It's not mandatory. You should give your results. Kindly focus on the project progress. It's my humble request once again. Also, please prepare for your e-quiz. As mentioned already, followed by group assessment, you will be having an e-quiz. So please prepare for that as well. Questions are very basic. Please don't think that session will be tricky or not. It's not. It's only basic questions. So please prepare for that as well. If you have any questions, please make use of our Telegram discussion forum. So let's all meet on our assessment day. All the best from organizing team. Do well. Thank you all.